Okay. What we want to cover today is a little tool called Bluebeam Revu. This is a tool that I absolutely adore, basically because it safeguards me from looking like a fool from one week to the next. If I am printing out drawings on a weekly basis, or like production is fast and furious in an office on any given project, then you want to have like a cartoon set or a sheet set that's defined in your Revit template. I just call mine progress set, and the typical views that are always going to be in the project are in that set. Um, when you get your project started, you take a look at that, you add the views that you need, you remove the ones that you don't, and then what this allows you to do is target the end of your project and not over model, right? If you don't have the views on the sheets that you're actually presenting, then you could just be modeling stuff that you don't necessarily need to. So you can see here we've got this sheet here. It's got 9 pages, and if I zoom in on my title block, we can see that this has been quite some time, right? 2021 since we last looked at this thing. Now this was just a file we got. It was an abandoned project essentially, so we're going to take a look at it today and see what happens if we update this to 2025 Revit. And I've just upgraded some view templates. There's a file there. Oh no, I did the bad thing. Let's see if I can do this with the 2 different desktops. Anyway, so yeah, we've got a new file, or an upgraded one, in Revit 2025. We've changed the title blocks to our new title blocks. We've upgraded the view templates. Now, it's not going to look like that, and the reason why is we modified the old view templates for this set to achieve a certain look. And when we bring these new ones in, they're going to overwrite, or we've overwritten the old ones. And so that was done purposefully so that we would see what happens, and it's just a quick way for me to really damage this set and prove a point. So to take a look at what happens from week to week, or just maybe when we upgrade the file, we'll go in and we'll do another plot. So in here I'm going to go to File, Print, and you'll see I've got my progress set all set up to go. I'm going to put that into a single sheet set. So if I hit OK, it should run through pretty quick and give me this new set that we can compare. So in the Bluebeam tool, I'm going to be able to use this new set and compare it against the old one using the overlay tool, and it's pretty powerful, because from week to week things can go missing, things get added. You may want to verify that things are actually what you want to see. So let's just get this saved up. So 250909, save that, and then let's switch back over to this one where we've got Bluebeam open. Okay, so may need to come back to here's our new file. Open that up. So this one's got 8 sheets, and when I come over to this one, it's got 9. So this is one of the things that we would want to take a look at right off the bat. But knowing that this 9th sheet is really of no consequence, I'm just going to come in here and delete that. And now I can do this. The split screen, okay, will only be available to you if your navigation bar is active. So hitting F4 will bring that up. But you also want to have the status bar as well, so that you can use this synchronize view tool. So now when I have that, we switch so that we've got both of them side by side, and then when I zoom in on one part of the file, I'm seeing the same part of the other file. Okay, so that's just a good way to do a very preliminary check. But then let's go to our overlay option, and you can see we've got the new version. I'm going to make that a blue color, and then I'm going to add in the old version here. So we're just saying overlay all sheets. Okay, so we'll hit OK on that. Now this is going to give me a new file that I can use to compare from one sheet to the next. 8 sheets shouldn't take too long. 50 sheets, maybe you go grab a coffee. Okay, so now you can see our original PDF over here and our overlay, our new file. We could split this further if you want, but really what you're trying to do is see what was there, what no longer is. So now if we zoom in there, you can very quickly see that the new view templates have added a lot of geometry in here, these landscape assets that you're seeing, these faceted planting trees. We've got the elevations that are not showing anymore. Here's a view that hasn't really changed, but its position on the sheet has. And then down here you can see the rookie mistake I tried to emulate basically by saying overwrite parameter values when I reloaded these new title blocks. So you can also see we've got a new file location, right? I believe this one may be, oh yeah, it's still, so just slight changes there. You can see a couple things like this, the project number, location, I would have to put that back in. So you go find another local file or the previous one, transfer your project standards for the project information in particular. So these are like little things that you may not notice, that the grid heads are no longer there. They're easy to misplace or not notice, right? We're seeing some significant difference here where this has actually all shifted. This is the whole view has shifted. Then we have things where it looks like subcategories are off, or like these window swings aren't showing. If we were to take a look at this one and then go to that floor plan, okay. So that's the new. Interesting. I wonder why that's red when we are. Oh, interesting. Yeah, the cut of this window is totally missing. So you can see how minor that is. There's a family setting in there that's not quite taking place, or the cut plane of this kitchen has changed relative to the view template. So a lot of these little things can happen, right? So this is the whole point of this video, is to see, is there a method to track? I saw this on Reddit the other day. Somebody was saying, like, how do you do quality control on a sheet set out of Revit? And to me, this is the answer. There's also comparison features in the ACC, but this is just, I don't know, it's so elegant. And the one other thing that I wanted to show you was, if I was actually marking this up, you can see we put a cloud here to say, hey, these are overlapping. But let's move along to something else in here. Well, actually, let's go back to our window example, because I think that's a pretty good example. If I'm trying to convey to the person doing the markup, hey, this got messed up, right? Then I'm going to use this snapshot tool, come into the overlay, come back over here and hit Control-Shift-V. That puts this back in. It doesn't align to the same place essentially, and then I'll outline that. And then if you double click it, you can put a comment and say, check cut line for view in view template or plan region. Who knows? This could also be setting in a family visibility graphics. So it needs to be addressed, right? But that's a markup, something that I've found needs to be taken into consideration. And the other thing here, you can see the fireplace has kind of gone missing, certain parts of it. So that might be another one that you want to snapshot in as well. So super handy tool. Bluebeam, I love it. If you guys have any questions about Bluebeam, feel free to put them in the comments. If you're enjoying the content, please subscribe. And if you have any questions or topics that you'd like us to cover, throw those in the comments as well. I'm always trying to, what are people wondering about when it comes to this this subject matter. So anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We'll have more soon. Bye now.